Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new short movie. Yes, a short movie because I was getting bored with the series for the time being, and plus I kind of forgot the plot. So I might have to rewatch some of my old videos of this series. Anyways, I hope you guys in the meanwhile enjoy this short movie, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my other channels as well. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins 8 years after the QB attack had happened in Konohagakure no Sato. Naruto Uzumaki was currently at the Ichiraku ramen stand, celebrating his birthday and enjoying it by eating 10 bowls of ramen and paying for only 5, because other 5s were a gift from the owner of the shop, which were like a family to him. The Ichirakus, Tenuichi and Ayame, the father and daughter duo, who kind of liked the boy and had him most of the time as a guest. As after eating his fill, Naruto paid and then said, "Thanks, old man, Ayame-ne-chan. This was the best gift." "You always say that, Naruto," said Ayame. "Yeah, because it is." And after that, Naruto then said, "It's getting late, I better go to bed. Otherwise Gigi will have my head. If not him, then Iruka-sensei sure will." "Oh yeah, I remember. You started Academy a few weeks back, right?" "Yeah, almost a month now." "Really? Wow, time sure does fly high, huh? So how's the Academy going?" "Yeah, it's going great, I guess." As after that, Naruto smiled and then said, "Alright, I better get going." And with that, he said goodbyes and left. While Tenichi sighed, looking down. "Why are you like that? He said the Academy was going great." "You know that Naruto is a bad liar, right? He is lying to us. And the way he said it, it makes me wonder that if it is going great or not. I better talk to Hokage-sama the next time he comes by." "That's so," said Ayame with a frown on her face. "Why can't these people just leave that boy alone? He has gone through enough already," she said with frustration in her voice, but her father then revealed to her that that is how just Konoha was, filled to the brim with hatred and not capable of seeing the bigger picture. As after that was done, we go towards with Naruto, where we see him walking in the street. A street that had a lot of parents walking past by him celebrating on their own, and a given few stares and glares that he was getting as usual. As he sighed, "Great. Aside from my birthday, it is the 8th year anniversary of the QB attack. Just had to be on the day I was born. Oh well. They'll continue to hate me. I better get going." As Naruto turned towards left and went straight towards his home at the corner of the street. And now it was getting a bit less dense as he continued onwards. People were less and less visible until he was only a few streets away. He noticed that there was complete silence everywhere, even on a festive night like this. Nothing of that sort, even on a normal day, has ever happened before. Something didn't feel right to him, so Naruto glanced left and right and even at back, and then tried to run away, only for him to be grabbed by a dark alleyway as a hand came out and yanked into it. What the? But before Naruto could scream, a piece of cloth was shoved into his mouth and tied behind the back of his neck, and then he was thrown against a huge wall. As Naruto's eyes widened, his heart beat increased, as in front of him stood a lot of people, as one of them was about to hit him with a brass knuckle. "Wait, not here," said one of them. He was the one who shocked Naruto, because that was the assistant sensei of his class, Mizuki. Naruto's eyes widened. Now it all made sense why Mizuki hated him, always pushed him out of the class. "You have made my life living hell for a month. I am not like that bastard Iruka who sees you as a child. I see you for who you are, demon. And today, we will get what we wanted. You will pay for everything we had to go through, including these 8 long years of agonizing pain and wait." As Naruto couldn't believe this was happening to him. He tried to break free, but he couldn't. "Oh, don't even try, kid. You're not going to break free from them. They're made from ninja wires. If you try to, it will just only cut into your wrists and cause bleeding, which is much more painful in the way we would prefer. As Naruto, he couldn't believe this, and only said one thing repeatedly in his head: please, help me, someone! But nobody came. Naruto was picked up and brought to the Forest of Death. There he was tied, as his arms were tied behind the back of a tree, and then they were pulled up, causing extreme and excruciating pain to Naruto. He wanted to scream, but they were muffled, and that is when his shirt was tore off, and then one of them brought out a whip which had a lot of glass shards at the end. I'm gonna make you feel pain. As the others watched and laughed while Naruto was whipped again and again and again and again, as it left a lot of lashes and bleeding where they were hit. The skin itself tore off, and when that was done, the brass knuckled one placed the brass knuckles on his fists and then began to beat Naruto on the side of both ribs and face, causing him to have a busted face and a lot of bones. It continued for hours and hours, or that is what Naruto felt like, as Mizuki then said, "It's already an hour." An hour? How long are they gonna beat me? Thought Naruto to himself, and prayed that, please, anything! Anyone out there, just help him! As that is when one of them began to pull out a huge container. Naruto smelled only one thing: gasoline. As his eyes widened, wait, are they gonna... No, they can't, right? They can't burn me. Not this. Look at him, squirming. We had our fill and fun. It's time for you to burn alive. And trust me when we say this. As Mizuki grabbed the can and poured on top of Naruto's head, this will be agonizing for you. As after that, they begin to play with him, bringing in the lighter closer and closer and then pulling it back, looking at Naruto's pleading expression, begging them to stop, even after going through all that pain. But they didn't listen. They continued to tease until the flame started, and that is when the time seemed to slow down. Before the flames, which were spreading fast, could get to Naruto, the rainy clouds appeared, which were gathering above without them noticing and fell down, causing the flames to die out. It rained so heavily. As Naruto, he felt glad, but that is when the other person then said, "Damn it! Now what?" "Now," said Mizuki, "we have a bit of our own fun. The fire might have been gone extinct, but what about the chakra fire? I know of a bit of flame jutsus. It will cause him to burn slow and steady, and on those wound marks the water will fall, causing him extensive burn and excruciating pain." Now the blasting looked like a curse in itself, but because of what they were thinking. And Naruto was scared again, until from within a voice was heard. "Awaken your ability, child. Use the spirit of weapons, the one who lives within them. Become one with it. Become one with it and use it." As Naruto's eyes opened, instead of normal eyes, they were blue. Yes, but the irises, they had turned into that of Trident. One of them at least, and it began to glow. As suddenly Naruto, both of his hands became free, as Naruto stood up straight, causing them all to look at him with weird expression. As Mizuki noticed, "Wait, what is that eye? Is that a..." But before he could finish, from sky, as the lightning struck, a huge sword, like a towering building, fell down and cleaved straight through Mizuki, cutting him in half and embedding itself into the earth. As everyone there standing fell a few feet away, and once they got up, they saw that Naruto stood there. He watched as the sword hilt came near him. He plucked it out from the earth like a knife that is coming out of butter, and then placed it on his shoulder. The blade was so huge it almost looked like a comical thing. As Naruto then said, "Run." Only one word was said by him, and it instilled fear in everyone that was there. Instinctive kicked in and they began to run away from the monster that they had unleashed. And that is when Naruto, grabbing that blade, swung it sideways, causing them all to be cleaved in half, but alongside them a huge chunk of forest as well. As Naruto stood there, after doing all this, because of what has happened, everyone was alerted, as Hiruzen and the others arrived, alongside a huge entourage of the Kages, watching Naruto there with something that was burning in his eyes, a glowing trident. As that sword, Naruto threw it up into the sky before anyone could ask, and once it came down, it was a trident, a golden one, as Naruto pointed towards Hiruzen and said, "The spirit of weapons have awoken. You humans have shed a lot of innocent bloods with it. Don't you dare anger me again. Otherwise there will be no blood left for you to shed." With that, the trident disappeared into the form of ashes, crumbling down to the earth as Naruto's eye returned to normal before closing shut as Naruto fell face first to the ground. "Naruto!" said Hiruzen as he began to dash towards the boy, and picked him up. And once Naruto was brought in, the medics, not one of them, got close. "What are you waiting for? Work on him! Do something!" "Hokage-sama, we all witnessed what he has done. People are afraid of him," said one of the shinobi. "If you won't, then I will execute you personally myself." And so that is when some of the medics began to work, while Hiruzen, he was informed of the council. He stormed through the gates of the council and said, "What is this meeting about? I did not call for any such councils." "With all due respect, Hiruzen, it's Hokage-sama to you, Danzo." "Yes, my apologies, Hokage-sama. But we all are worried about what that boy has done, and we want assurances that it won't happen again." "You can't have my assurances. Did you not give me your assurance that you won't harm Naruto? What about that? Let's talk about that first, shouldn't we?" "But the boy killed so many." He was only one. There were so many. They beated him. His ribs were cracked. His face had a lot of wound marks on it. If it wasn't for whatever it has awoken, the spirit of weapons or whatnot, what it is, Naruto would have been dead. Killed. Did any one of you would have said that?" As they all turned and remained quiet. Exactly. So they got what they deserved. But they were fathers and family members of a lot of people. What about them? What are we gonna say to them? Said Mabuki Haruno, one from the civilian council. "Well, Mabuki-san, they should have known about this before they did any of that. Shouldn't they? It's called such as accountability. Taking accountability for your actions. They have just been made accountable for what they were doing, getting a taste of their own medicine. They should have never teased that boy. Why is that boy so special, Hiruzen? Whatever that power was, we need to know. You, especially you, Danzo, don't need to know about this. And any one of you, if to go near Naruto or try to use him in any sense, I will be the first one to kill you myself. That boy has gone through enough and will not go through any of this again." As after that, Naruto a week later woke up to a lot of trauma and healing. As Hiruzen noticed something. One of his eye was permanently a trident. It wasn't glowing. It was like the normal iris, but it was still trident there, while the other eye was same. "What are you looking at, Gigi?" "Nothing, son." "What happened? Do you remember anything?" "I celebrated my birthday and was going home when I noticed something was off. And next thing I know, Mizuki-sensei and his gang dragged me in. And they tried to, kill me. After that, I blacked out after hearing a voice. Told me to awake something or I don't know, but yeah, I blacked out." So you yourself don't know. After that, Hiruzen told Naruto to continue his academy, while he went out on a search. He tracking down what Naruto has said and what the spirit of weapon was, found it all the way into the land of fire. Inside the temple there was a shaman, an old one, who Hiruzen arrived in front of Shaman-san. I have a question. What is it, Hiruzen Sarutobi, that you wish to ask? It's about the spirit of weapons. Spirit of the blade, Hiruzen. A what? In older times, people prayed to it. It's a forgotten deity. The one who quenched the lust of men who wanted war, but was favored by those who wanted to use it for justice, and always favored those. But over the course of years, it has turned into something after being forgotten as a mere tool, and it is enraged. Why do you speak of it? Because a boy in my village has awoken it. It has a trident in one of its eyes. As for the first time, the shaman's eye opened throughout the conversation. That is not a good sign, Hiruzen. What do you mean by that? That is a sign that Kami and the other goddesses have forsaken us all. Forsaken us? What could that mean? That is for me to worry about, and you all to figure it out. Leave, please, but know this, that we are all forsaken. It is in our own hands that we must protect ourselves. And with that, the old shaman looked visibly stressed while Hiruzen was told to leave. Hiruzen returned, but not with the good news, as he called for a council meeting and informed them of his finding. And after listening to his side of the story, the whole council was shook. So, a deity that we have forgotten, and now has returned enraged in the form of a boy we condemned? But how can that be? Isn't he the Kyuubi? I have told you again and again, civilian-san, Naruto is a vessel. A vessel who contains the Kyuubi, not the Kyuubi itself. What do you call a scroll which has a kunai seal within? Can you use that scroll to kill anyone? No. Sir, then how can you expect Naruto to kill anyone? But a kunai and a scroll are different analogies, speaking about it in Shuriki. Stop twisting the words, Danza, you know it is the same. Especially when the Reaper Death Seal, the seal that is powered by the Shinigami, is used. Forget about that now. Because right now the thing that is important is an enraged deity lives within Naruto as well, and has given him his strength by saying to Naruto to awaken. You know what this means? What? We are all forsaken, goddammit. It means that we are all doomed, and that deity who is now let loose, it can do whatever it wants. But that is when the news was heard. Naruto wasn't the only one. Deep in Takigakure, another deity has risen. The deity of nature, in the form of Fu. She could grow plants that could eat humans, and destroy their homes and civilization like how they have done to the nature itself. And deep into the other villages as well, many people were rising up. Some were contained, killed even, while the others were too powerful for them to control, like Gaara, the spirit of the wind, the one damned soul that was contaminated by their doing. And then there was the other ones, like Naruto out there as well. The elemental nation was suffering, and it's going to get worse from there on out. As a few months later, Hiruzen called for a Kage summit, as all the Kages were there. Oneki from Iwagakure, Mei Terumi from Kirigakure, and then there was A from Kumo, and finally Rasa from Suna, who was wearing a lot of bandages. As Hiruzen then said, I thank you all for arriving here. All of us have been going through a lot. The people have been awakening suddenly, and they have been causing a lot of destruction everywhere. Awakening, you say? I say that is demonic. It's not demonic, Oneki. Then what is it, Hiruzen? Please enlighten us. As Hiruzen began to explain to them what the shaman has told him, and then said, you know what this means, right? We are all forsaken. The deities we have abused and forgotten, they are rising up again. And since Kamiyami and Shinigami are not going to do anything, they will let loose their anger upon us. That girl Fu and that boys of your Gaara, both of those have awoken spirits, and so has one of our own. Oh, Naruto. His spirit is the worst, in my opinion. What do you mean by that? What could it be? Water? No. Then what it is? Hiruzen-sama. That me. Spirit of the weapon. A deity long existed, who crafted weapons and gave it to men. Men used it for righteous reason, which turned into later bloodlust and war and ego. And then the deity was forsaken itself. It has arisen again, and now it is vowing to us that it will shed enough blood that there is no longer blood left to shed if we don't stop. And that gave chills to everyone. If the deity itself has said this to Hiruzen, then they all knew that they were screwed for. What are we gonna do? We need to find a way for all this to stop. Even if we do that, there is no guarantee because Kami, Yami, and Shinigami have forgotten about us. How can they do that? Said A, slamming his fist onto the table. We are not some goddamn toys. A, calm down. You are correct, but we have been doing a lot of bad stuff throughout the years and history of ours. Wherever you pick it up, we have caused war, pain, and suffering. It only will continue even if we stop it now, in the future. Damn it. So what, we are all to suffer and just to be destroyed by some angry deities? Suddenly, there and then, something happened. Urotsuchi herself fell to her knees, grabbing her head. Urotsuchi, what is going on, dear? And that is when, in one of her eyes, it was burning red while the other one was blue. The spirit of fire and water itself have awoken. And within Urotsuchi, you humans have abused us. And now we spirits are rising that you only think that you are forsaken and in wrong. What about us? The ones who gave you those gifts and were forsaken by you first. No. You're not the ones who are being forsaken. You're the ones who are being punished. We are the ones who were forsaken and rising up again to reclaim what was ours to begin with. Each and everything you use, it is ours. I could kill you all in this world by taking every breath away, but I won't. Because my own friends and people will die. Those who have awoken deities, they deserve every bit of revenge they want. And we have only chosen those who have suffered the most and deserve the most. And with that, Urotsuchi fainted as well. Urotsuchi! Said Akatsuchi, her father, and Oniki then said, take her somewhere safe. And now that they realized by witnessing what has happened, Oniki with a somber expression that said, what are we to do now? My own granddaughter. You have to protect her. Spirits, they're enraged and they're using everyone. Suddenly, now we see, back in Konoha something had happened. And that was Naruto was kicked out of the class again. And without any rightful reason. He felt distrust. He felt enraged, but he couldn't do anything. Until the voice spoke to him again. And summoned him within the mindscape where Naruto saw a visage of him wearing a crown made out of weapons. As he then said, looking towards Naruto, you are my avatar, Naruto. I have chosen you, my dear boy. You have gone through hell, literal one of it, and yet you still remain kind-hearted. That is why I, the most vicious spirit, have chosen you to be my companion, an avatar. What do you mean by that? You heard about the rumors, right? That people are awakening spirits, being called the Awaken. Yes, I have. You were the first one. The one I chose. Wait, so you're the one reason I was saved? Yes. But why did I black out? Because I took over. The eye that you have, the trident, it's my weapon. The one weapon that I created first and became my symbol. The others are the same. They exist out there. And they are grouping up. It's time that we do the same. But I can't just go and... I know you don't want to. And that is why you need to be there. Because they are far too much enraged and believe that all humans should go extinct. Well, you're the only one who can calm them. Wait, so if you're the most vicious spirit, then why did you choose me? Because I only choose those who are righteous. And you have that heart of a righteous king. Now go before it is too late. But I can't leave. I'm only 8 years old. If you won't, then I will. As Naruto felt his body losing control of himself, and suddenly Naruto awoken. But not him. It was the spirit. Suddenly, a huge sword was summoned from the sky again. But this time it arrived as if it was a flying carpet. Naruto stood on top of it and began to fly towards the direction. Deep far away, on snowy mountains, within a huge cave, a fire was lit, and there the other avatars were gathered. Urotsuchi was also arriving there as well, on huge clouds of flame. As she watched Naruto, and her eyes widened, as within they all gathered, eyes glowing of their own symbols. As Urotsuchi then said, "So you are here. What is your avatar's name?" "Naruto." "What are yours?" "Urotsuchi." "Gaara." "Who?" As Naruto then spoke, or the spirit spoke through Naruto. "I know why you all are here, why you all are awoken, because you saw me do it first, right?" Yes, we did," said Gaara. "And we want revenge like you. I am not out here for revenge. I just happened to be passing by when I saw this child being tormented." "But why did you decide to save him and help him? You know what these humans have done. He's no better than them, and he is one of them." "I know, but he is better than them. You see, he has been forsaken since his birth, and yet he still tries his best to find the brightest thing even amongst all this hatred. He hadn't lost hope even after all that, and was begging someone to help. And seeing that since the Kami and Yami and Shinigami had abandoned this world, I decided to intervene and help him." "But why?" "That fool. It isn't like you. This was the child of prophecy that was abandoned alongside this world." As their eyes widened, "You mean to say the one that was even prophesied to us? The one that will unite humanity?" "Yes, the same one. But this poor soul never got his chance because he too, alongside the rest, were abandoned. Because in their eyes, this was a failed project. Alongside us. So what are you saying?" "We have instilled our fear in them. Especially you two." "Who?" "Gaara. My avatar was being tormented. So was mine," said Fu. "This poor girl was about to be raped, and the leader was her own father. My blood boiled when I saw him. He was crying and almost losing hope. I couldn't just stand there." "So you all did what I did. We just couldn't ignore them. Their spirits and souls called out to someone, and we reached out. But no one else did. That is why we chose them. But what are we gonna do now? It's best if we remain hidden and let everyone else do their own thing." "What? But humans will continue to destroy and kill," said Kurotsuchi. "I know. That is why we let them. As far as they can go. That will only in the end make our job and life easier. Because once it all is settled, those who think they are the victors, we will go after them. And in the meanwhile, we will get to know our avatars and make sure they get to know one another." As Kurotsuchi and the other two agreed and nodded, and suddenly the spirits let their avatars go for a while, giving them back the control. "Hey, I told you not to!" As Naruto finally spoke, looking towards the rest. Who are you all?" As the others then spoke, "We We're like you, I guess, said Gara. Look, I don't know what this is, but I only became like this after both the spirit of water and fire took over my body. You are an avatar. We all are, of their spirits. They, through us, are taking out their anger and vengeance. So what, we're just puppets? No, we're not. We are beings that are awoken and chosen. Chosen for what? To end humanity and its dark cycle. Wait, what? As their eyes widen as they look towards Naruto. You're insane! Do you know how many people out there are innocent? Don't deserve this? Yes. And I said, end humanity's dark cycle. Their warring, their hatred, and only those who are the ones doing it, we stop them, and only them. Because we are all abandoned and screwed over. It's on us to save the screwed over world, or whatever we can save and salvage. Naruto is right, said Gaara. Spirit of the Wind spoke to me. It is the truth. Well, thanks to this spirit of mine I was saved, said Fu. If it wasn't for it, I surely would have. You don't need to tell us if you don't want to. As Kurtasuchi slumped down. Great. Now what am I gonna do? How are we gonna get back? Where even are we? As Naruto heard a voice from within, as Naruto then said, We're at their ancestral place where they were born at, and where everything began, in the elemental nation. What? As that is when they realized, as the cave began to emit a glow, was golden from within, and there were 4 chambers, with the symbols of each spirit over the top. It seems that these are the chambers in which the spirits resided before they left. Let's take each. And so Naruto went towards where the weapon, the trident sign was, while the others went where their own symbols were. And once within, Naruto settled down and asked the spirit from within, Look, what do you really want from me and the others? It's simple as we have told you. What's there not to understand? There are a lot of innocent people, right? We're not aiming for them, Naruto. We're only aiming for those who want to destroy this world. Look, like you, we too depend on this, because we are the deities. If this world gets destroyed, so do we. We only want to end humanity so the world doesn't get destroyed as more as it already has. And for that is why we're taking this action. Just like you, all we too are abandoned. As at that point Naruto realized that they were in the same boat. They just wanted to offload all the bad luggage that they didn't need it for them to stay afloat. So Naruto agreed. Because Konoha, it wasn't as nice as it seemed. And so back in Konoha when Hiruzen returned, it was hell because Naruto has disappeared on a huge sword. Everyone saw him leave, and nobody knew where he has gone off to. While on the other side, same could be said for Kurtasuchi. While this storm was brewing, in the Katsuki chamber deep within underground in Amegakure, Datsu had arrived after gathering huge amount of intel and revealed everything what was happening around to the Akatsuki. So the gods have abandoned this world, leaving us to be in charge. It is time we step up, because this is our chance to become the new era's god. Gods where only peace is preserved. But what about those spirits and deities? They are false ones. They were forsaken before, they can be forsaken now. And we will do that, once and for all. Once we take over this world as its new gods and leaders, said Pain, the Rinnegan user. And after that, the Akatsuki tried their best to locate down the One-Tails. After not being able to find it, they looked for the others and only found out that 1, 7, and the 9-Tails was missing. And this was a huge dilemma for them. They knew only one option was their way, and that was to control the other Bijus and start a war on the elemental nation. Time began to pass by as the warring had started. Many of the civilians have died, while Naruto and the others were unaware, but the spirits weren't. As Naruto was growing up and learning the ways of the spirit from his spirit, while the others did the same from them, and were gaining a lot of knowledge, calm, and peaceful aura around them. As 3 years have gone by since the warring had started and a lot of lives have been lost, the innocents were forced to go underground, dig holes, manholes in which they would hide. They have built underground facilities underneath the earth itself to hide and pray for a miracle, pray to anything that would protect them. And the deities were hearing this all along. As Naruto, once he became completely in sync with his spirit, he realized, wait, what are these voices? Said a 13-year-old Naruto. These are the prayers that are being sent out but being ignored by the Kami Yami and Shinigami. If we can hear them as well. What is happening? You don't want to see that, Naruto. I do. And so Naruto saw the flashes and he was mortified at what he was seeing. Hell breaking loose on the elemental nations, Konoha, Eva, the rest of the elemental nations, big villages, all of them destroyed, turned into nothing more than rubble and ruins. People were forced to hide underground. The demons, mind-controlled and possessed, walked the earth, and those Akatsuki, and they were waiting for only the three of them to be reborn now, being claimed as the New Year's god or something. Their fun sport, trying to find the people of the old times as they called it now, and kill them, because the new people that they will create from all the 9 Bijus will be the ones that will be their chosen ones. As this was going on, Naruto barfed, literally barfed, and began to shake. How can you let this happen? You told us that you want to. I told you what we wanted, Naruto. We wanted people to die out so that we could survive, but not this many. Please, you have to let me help them. You can, but I won't. What? Why? Because there are a lot of people that are still alive that are, indeed, the ones that are undeserving. Please, I'm begging you. You don't need to beg to me, Naruto. You are my avatar. And please, help me. What is the chance that they would change? I don't know if they will or will not. But I don't want their newer generations to suffer from this. Kids like us to suffer. And so Naruto stormed out of his chambers, only to find the others, who he has gotten close with, especially Kurtasuchi, because he liked her. And Fu and Gaara, it was quite evident to both of them that they liked each other as well, as they all arrived. Naruto? As seeing at Naruto's condition as it was, and Naruto seeing as they were, Naruto had realized alongside them that they have seen, while being in sync with their spirits, what has happened. You all saw what has happened, right? Yes, we have. As Naruto then summoned his trident in his hand. Thank you. I told you are my avatar, and I will help you. As in one of Kurtasuchi's hand, flame and on the other water erupted. Gaara expanded his hands as wings made out of air erupted. And as for Fu, nature itself was surrounding her, protectively as veins, roots were erupting in the form of spikes. It is time for us, avatars, to go, and your claim would belong to us. And so, they arrived. They all did. And once they did, the new gods awaited for them. You are in the presence of His Majesty the Akatsuki. Bow down to us or you will be considered our enemies otherwise. As Naruto placed his trident in front and then pointed towards their new claimed king. It is you who should abolish your fake throne, because otherwise you will taste what it feels to be the deity of weapons, wrath. And so they mocked, and then the battle began. Fu, Gaara both combined their powers and strength and unleashed on Zetsu army huge amount of attack. Kurtasuchi was burning through them, but Naruto he stood still as he looked towards the Akatsuki members, placing his trident down, which disappeared, and from the sky huge amount of rain erupted from black clouds, but not of water, of blades, arrows, spears, even tridents. As Naruto, pointed towards them, as it was such barrage of attack that everyone that was engulfed by it had 18 spears or weapons engulfed into its bodies. The Akatsuki for the first time was shocked because they were facing something that they did not understood. The deities of nature. They finally realized that how they claimed to be gods they were not even worth fighting with deities. As after we see in the end Zetsu and the others were killed, spears piercing through their bodies alongside the rest. Some of them were killed by the other deities, as all four gathered and Naruto stood in the center, his trident in his hand as he picked it up and slammed it straight to the chest of the Rinnegan user, killing him then and there. As Zetsu was awake, as Naruto called out to his spear and shoved straight through him, alongside the golden trident, a weapon of the spirit itself, which caused Zetsu an extreme amount of agony and pain. How? I know. You were alive, Zetsu. You have been causing a lot of trouble since the beginning of the Shinobi Age. It is you who have written everything down, and you who have led the gods to abandon us all. And it is you who will pay the most for it, as the other deities begin to use their power on him as well, as he only asked for mercy but he deserved none, and got none. And after the new fake gods were killed alongside their huge army, the Bijus were freed, as Naruto asked the spirit to free Kyuubi and the other two as well. And so all the 9 Bijus were finally free. Naruto felt a bit weak, so did the other two, but in the end, thanks to their spirits, and them being the avatars of them, they were alive. Thank you, kid. I know that I never spoke to you, and it's alright. You didn't have anything to say. You were just a victim of the abuse that my people have given you. As Naruto bowed, I apologize to all of you on behalf of the people of what they have done. You are all free and sentient beings. Live your life the way you want to, and you will have nothing to worry about. At least not from us and the people that are alive. And so the Bijus thanked them and left, as the 4 deities then went and located down the people, brought them out, and then welcomed them back. Even if the gods have abandoned them, the deities didn't, and in the end they became the figures to be known as Naruto, Tsuchi, U, and Gaara, the deities of nature and elements. And the age of shinobi was over, and this age of deities began. Naruto and the others didn't ask to be worshipped, but neither did their spirits. They only asked for them to follow the course that they would set. No more harming, no more war, only peace and prosperity. And that is what people did, and the new civilization began. While the spirits and their avatars stood there to watch as it came to fruition, happy that after all that they have gone through, including the abandonment, they were on the right track. As this is where I will be leaving this short movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and follow me on my other channels as well, as this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!